Hey Google, what's the name of the Chat's newest album?
The Chat's latest album is Get
The Chats are certainly a memorable band, aren't they? If you haven't heard of them, then you should have. They have worked alongside some big bands like Metallica and the Wiggles. I didn't think I would ever say that one in one sentence, but hey, let's play a quick part of one of their songs to give you an idea of the band. G'day, it's Chilli from Live Listen Erased, and on this episode of 5 Minute Reviews, we're going to go over to the band The Chats and their newest album, Get Fucked. The Chats have come a long way from humble beginnings. Well, maybe not. The Chats are an Aussie punk rock band, of course, formed out of the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, and is currently made up of Eamon Sandwith on lead vocals and bass, Matt Boggess on drums, and Josh Hardy on guitar. Now, the Chats and their music are as subtle as a punch in the face, mixing pub and punk rock on this record, and sounding like a cross between, I guess, the Vandals and Bad Brains doing a shoey. And seeing live performances of the band, it seems like I can't remember having so much fun. That's enough Friends of One references, though. Genitals are funny.
On that shoe? Oh. That's a plastic cup inside the shoe!
The album itself follows in their earlier style, with some awesome insight into life, like on Emperor of the Beach, which discusses mad lads who want to claim ownership to their local beaches, and uses a nice kind of 50s surfer rock sound in the midsection of the song. Now, there is no point going into depth on their songs. After all, they could be surmised in one sentence for each song, really. For example, The Price of Smokes. The Chats engage the listener in a moral dilemma regarding Australia's stance on the taxation of tobacco, and thus they conclude that, and I quote, all the bastards in Parliament ought to be hung by the neck. 6-litre GDR. The band discuss the finer points of owning a motor vehicle of Nissan make, and talk about the finer points of safe vehicle operation near roadworks and on bike lanes.
6-litre GTR, 6-litre GTR.
I've been drunk in every pub in Brisbane. The band entail their stories of inebriation in various pubs in the Greater Brisbane area located in Australia. Ticket Inspector. This song takes issue with the ticket inspector and their power trip on the job, and the feeling of superiority upon giving out fines to ticket dodgers. You get the point now. Their songs are piss takes in some parts and discuss events the bands have likely come across, and they do so with their own sense of humour and style of songwriting. Eamon's vocals are very abrasive alongside some of the lyrics. In fact, it's kind of like hearing a nasally bloke at your pub shouting at the pokies when he's down on his luck. It's actually refreshing to hear something so raw in a usually very polished soundscape. I love it. The production level of this album sounds like the band was rehearsing these songs long before they walked into the studio, and it really does sound like the band were just jamming and chose 3 outtakes and then chose the best one for the song. In the end, this is the 3-piece band, and this is what they have to offer. Steak or a chicken schnitty, either take it or fuck off. This is the band's approach, and they have garnered quite the following in doing so. As mentioned before, the band have worked with some big names, including Metallica on the Blacklist album, doing a cover of Holier Than Thou, and I actually covered this on one of my episodes, of course. They even performed a song with the Wiggles earlier this year, covering Can You Point Your Fingers and Do the Twist.
Can you point your fingers and do the twist? Everybody.
The Wiggles even returned the favour by covering a song of theirs called Pubfeed. What's also impressive is the band worked with Aussie legend Charles Dozer on their video clip called Dine and Dash.
What are you doing? What are you doing to these blokes? Wait, what's the charge?
And if you don't know this mad lad, then type in Democracy Manifest in YouTube and thank me later.
What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal?
With Violent Soho going on a hiatus, the Chats feel like a breath of fresh air to a recent Australian pub rock revival, and this is their moment to capture the market. Their new single, Struck by Lightning, is doing the rounds now and is a super catchy tune. Seriously, what's with Aussie bands and doing lightning or thunder themed songs? Speaking of AC/DC, I think I should start a movement to get the Chats on the next Tony Hawk's Pro Skater game, one of the remastered ones anyway, so that we can get some more Aussie music representation in video games, besides the easy choice of Akadaga. I mean, it's probably a pressing matter anyway. Seriously, how cool would it be to skate around in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, doing a kickflip while blasting the Chats? This album is a showcase into the band with usually short songs delivered with high-speed riffs. Simple, yet effective, and loud drum beats and a twangy bass section to match the over-the-top vocal delivery and stories the band have to offer. With 13 songs on offer in under 30 minutes, it's quite the impressive album that these guys have to offer. Overall, I give the album 4 million chilies on the spicy scale, with my favourite tracks being Struck by Lightning, Southport Superman, and I've Been Drunk in Every Pub in Brisbane. In the end, it's important to note that the band needs your support, so make sure that you buy their merch so that they have some beer money. Check the band out now and follow their Instagram page, The Chats Love Beer. And hey, The Chats, if you're watching this review by some fucking miracle, then drop a get fucked in the comments section.
Ta-ta and farewell.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Live Listen Erased. And if you have enjoyed this episode, make sure you share it with all your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our Chilli Con Carnage Crew so you can get notified for all the future videos that we put out, as we put out videos every Friday. Also, we are on Discord, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter over at Live Listen Erased, so make sure to tune in over there. And don't forget to like this video so that our manager can stay very happy.